Folks, welcome back to the Taylor Tax Show. This is episode 29, using life insurance strategically, the overview. So, I'm Terrence Taylor, the co-founder of Taylor Tax, and this is my partner, Big Al Darnell Jr. Big Al, what's happening?
Hey, brother, all is well, man. I'm Big Al and I love my mama. Happy to be here.
All right, fantastic. So, in this episode, as you know, always look for ways to tell you highly paid, highly taxed, high profile, high net worth, ultra high net worth taxpayers how to save a bunch on your taxes legally, strategically, and perennially. Insurance is the name of the game. Life insurance, specifically, is one of the most flexible tools you'll ever find to help you to save on your taxes and to accomplish a bunch of financial goals that you may have. So, what we want to do in this episode is let you know how we're going to do this series. And so far, it's 14 parts. So Big Al and I are going to go back and forth and just tell you what each of the 14 parts are all about, or each of the 14 episodes in this series are all about. The first one, Big Al, is using life insurance to protect your health. And for each of these, we're just going to give you a little tidbit. We don't want to steal our own thunder, right? So when it comes to health, most of us know healthcare is very expensive in America. Finding good health insurance, very expensive. For those who are highly paid, most likely you already got that taken care of by your job. And for those who might be highly paid but have your own companies, maybe you already have something set up with your companies. But did you know that if you had a very good life insurance policy, it could help you to take care of some critical illnesses, chronic illnesses, or worst case scenario, terminal illnesses. So we'll talk about that. Big Al, let me hand over to you. Tell us about episode 2.
All right, so episode 2 in this series is about using life insurance to protect your wealth. Now, when it comes to protecting your wealth, you have to put your wealth or hide your wealth in tax favored designations or areas. And health insurance is definitely one of those. It's actually how some of the wealthiest protect their wealth. And so you could protect it by putting it inside, and you could protect it by making sure that you have a policy that helps cover some of the largest expenses of wealth, which are taxes. But yeah, go ahead. Back to you, Terrence. Number 3.
Yeah, number 3, we're going to talk about using life insurance to build wealth. So, hey, if you already got it, protect it. If you're trying to get it, then let's show you how you can use life insurance to build it. And this is because life insurance has one of those features that Big Al taught us about when it comes to taxes, equity centers. So if you build up cash value in a life insurance policy, then there's a whole host of things that you're able to do. All right, Big Al, tell us about episode 4.
Matter of fact, all right, creating your own bank. I know you're a big champion of this too. But I think we're going to be talking about that later on about the Rockefeller waterfall method.
Yes,
But when
sir.
it comes to using life insurance to create your own bank, to me, that's one of the top 3 reasons into life insurance, especially from a tax perspective. Because when we're talking about creating your own bank, we're talking about borrowing money from yourself. And with insurance, there's ways of increasing the cash value component of your life insurance very quickly at the beginning. Really, it's just making larger contributions. But you have to do it in a specific way that Terrence can tell you a lot more about. But increasing those cash value contributions early on so that it starts to develop or starts to build wealth quicker over time. And then you take a loan from it in order to pay for things or purchase things and so forth. But as we know, loan proceeds aren't taxable, but that's the building your own bank component of life insurance, which we'll go a lot deeper into on that episode.
Cool. All right, Big Al, number 5, episode 5 in the series is going to be about using life insurance to pay off debt. Now, we've already talked about the fact that good productive debt is not a bad thing, but hey, there's some of us who start off with consumer debt, credit card debt, student loan debt, and those types of things that we might want to pay off. And there's some of us who actually, regardless of what anyone tells us about debt, we just want to pay off debt. So if you're one of those people or find yourself in those situations, did you know that you could use a strategy using a life insurance policy to help you pay off whether credit card debt, mortgage debt, student loan debt over time? And in this episode, we're going to show you how life insurance can do that. All right, Big L, tell us about the 6th episode in the series.
All right, 6th episode is something I'm doing myself as well. It's using life insurance to make your children millionaires. It's a term I heard first from my good friend Terrence Taylor. All right. I was going to say your middle name, but I didn't know if you wanted
You can say it, Big L.
Terrence Okeke Taylor.
Okay.
All right.
That's why you shouldn't say it. Terrence Okeke Taylor.
Terrence Okeke. All right.
That's right. All right. Okeke. That's right.
All right. So my bad.
No, we're good. We're good. Keep going.
Terrence Okeke Taylor. So he told me about this concept called $1 Million Baby. And actually, when we were attending his
grand opening to my business,
for his insurance business, my wife was watching it as well. And out of everything that they were talking about, because he brought a slew of professionals in to talk about different components of insurance, my wife came away with it saying, "Hey, look, ask Terrence about that $1 Million Baby situation."
Right.
So we could go a lot deeper into that on that episode. But so we actually signed up, got insurance through Terrence to start the $1 Million Baby program using life insurance on both of our daughters. But looking forward to that episode. How about number 7? 7th episode.
Right before number 7. Shout out to Jasmine Darnell. All right. Number 7, all day. Number 7, using life insurance to pay for your children's education. So, folks, here's the beautiful thing. There are many people who are familiar with saving for your child's education using 529 plans, right? Or it's an education savings account, really, but most of us know it as a 529 plan. That's a brilliant plan. Did you know, though, that you could also use life insurance to save for your children's education? And the beautiful thing about using life insurance to save for your children's education is it doesn't have the same restrictions as a 529 plan has in terms of how much you could save and when you can take out the money and what aspect of their education you could use it for. So in that episode, we're going to show you much more about that. All right, Big Al, tell us about the 8th episode in the series.
All right, so for the 8th episode, using life insurance to get tax-free cash flow in retirement. And I know it says here income, but we want to make sure that we use the right wording because
for sure.
When we're talking about getting loan proceeds from your insurance policy, it's not considered income by the IRS. All right, so but it is cash flow. And it is cash flow that, depending on how you state it, you don't have to pay it back while you're alive. All right. So that's the aspect or consideration of it being income, but it's not. So we'll discuss that a lot more on episode 8. And then episode 9, what are we talking about, sir?
Yeah, episode 9, we're talking about using life insurance to preserve your estate. So this is an area I'm going to specialize in. One of the nice things about being an enrolled agent is you have to keep up with your education, continuing professional education. And I've decided that estate planning is one of those areas. So to preserve your estate, we did a series, as some of you will remember, about the estate planning lessons from people like Michael Jackson, Prince, and Heath Ledger. And, shout out to all 3 of them, wherever you are in heaven right now. Hopefully all 3 are in heaven. So Prince is my favorite singer, and what happened to him really has fired me up to make sure that doesn't happen to anyone else. So to have an estate valued at $156 million and to lose $87 million to taxes and fees, with the vast majority of that $87 million being to taxes, it doesn't have to be that way. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the things and the strategies that are available to you to preserve your estate using life insurance to handle estate taxes. All right, Big L, tell us about the 10th episode in the series.
So that's where we're going to be talking about using life insurance strategically in your business. Now, you have to think about it like this. Now, if you have life insurance policies on your employees and life insurance policies on key employees, more specifically, especially with yourself being a key employee, you are literally getting legitimate tax write-offs just to build up tax-free cash flow equity
Mhm.
centers. So it's there's a lot of angles that we could take this, and
Mhm.
we are going to take you through all those different angles on that episode of using life insurance strategically in your business, where you literally get write-offs to build up your wealth.
Love that.
All right, how
All
about
right,
number
Big Al.
11?
Yeah, so number 11, we're going to look at how you can use life insurance in your real estate investing. And I don't want to steal the thunder here, Big Al, but this is one of my favorite topics because when you think about real estate, one of the first things that I recall is when I got my first loan to buy my first home, which was in South Africa. I was actually offered life insurance to make sure that if something happened to me, that the home could be paid off. Now I
Which is good.
realize, like, oh, okay, that's actually something that is available. But in this episode, we'll look much more at how you can use life insurance to make sure that your real estate investing is protected, and also that you can find funding to do real estate investing, which is my favorite part. All right, Big Al, without belaboring the point, let's look at the 12th episode in this series.
Yeah,
What
using
is that
life
all
insurance to insure your life. Thing is, life insurance just isn't about your death and
about?
what happens after your death.
That's right.
There's so many living benefits and life components that life insurance can benefit you by, and we're gonna go deep into detail about some of those things. And
Cool.
then number 13,
Now, lucky 13, using life insurance in strategic gift giving. So we've told you that this is one of those key things that you want to make sure you're aware of when it comes to how to reduce taxes. Well, we're going to show you how you can include life insurance as part of your strategic gift giving plans and all kinds of things that are available to you to save on taxes and to supercharge your gift giving. All right, Big Al, take us home with the last episode in the series, number 14.
yeah, life insurance, using life insurance in private equity investing. All right. So when we're talking about private equity, we're just talking about non-public equity, which means
Oh,
an individual's personal money being used, utilized, or put together and utilized for the benefit of getting returns. All right. You
mhm,
can invest in a host of different things. And then there's so many plays that you can make with life insurance in order to enhance those returns. And we'll
mhm,
talk more about that. So yeah, it's gonna be a doozy. And these are just 14. These are
mhm.
There's a lot more,
Yeah.
and hopefully we're gonna do our best to make sure that everything's exciting and distinctive from the
Mhm.
other episodes. But yeah, take us home, my friend.
Hey, Big Al, ain't no hoping we're gonna do our best because you know when we do these episodes, we spend a lot of time behind the scenes planning them, thinking through what the so what factor because we want to add value to clients and prospects and friends and even just folks who are interested in the subject matter. So, folks, we're planning to bring all that to you over the next 14 episodes. And in closing, you may actually want to geek out by checking out Tax Strategies GPT on the OpenAI platform. And we also have a specific GPT just for insurance, and that's called Tailored Insurance Guide. And for those of you that want to get in touch with us, you can either reach out to me using Terrence at taylortax.ai, TERRENCE, or Big Al at taylortax.ai, so BIGAL at taylortax.ai. Or if you want to, you could also use info at taylortax.ai. So thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.